Hey guys, just want to show you like a very powerful strategy that you can use so you can, make way more visitors convert because they're probably on the line of converting and they're just um, delaying their decision just because of this small little thing. So basically what you have to do is you're gonna answer their objections because this is the real reason that's keeping people from converting is because they're not getting these objections answered. So let's look at what is an objection. Basically, objections are just like any other question, but in this case, they are just related to the process of signing up for a product, and paying for it and all of that, what all involves, signing up for your product. The thing is, if you don't answer these objections, then people don't really feel comfortable making a decision to convert, and that's why most likely your qualified potential customers are just not converting on our website is most likely because you're not answering these things. So here's where you can find them. You can find them with demos or any recorded calls that you have with your current customers or potential customers. You can look at the support questions and live chat questions that you have with your software. Maybe use Intercom or something and just look at whatever people are asking. And you can also look at the reviews from your own product or your competitor's product. In the examples I'll show you, we're just going to look at reviews from other people's companies because I don't really want to show you examples from clients. So let's just look at those examples. Let's say we look at Drift's Trustpilot reviews. Actually, I already have that open. Basically, we can look at whatever people are saying are good and bad about Drift, and then you can use this. Let's say you're a competitor of Drift, you can just use whatever they say here they're complaining about, and you basically steal their customers because you, in your messaging, you'll focus on exactly what they're not happy about, Drift. And let's say you're a Drift, you just look at whatever your customers are saying is good, and then you just double down on it in terms of messaging, so you attract people that have the same want the same benefits. So let's just look at a few examples. So they say a really bad customer service, so you can definitely focus on that and mention that. For some reason, this guy is mentioning Intercom is better, but doesn't exactly say why. Let's look at whatever this guy is saying. To serve their customers and helps increase sales. Or on any device, that's definitely something you can mention. Okay. Oh, this is a good one because this guy has tries a dozen one, so a dozen other live chat tools. So let's just try to find out why is it better. Is because they have premium. It's probably because they have excellent premium options available. You could definitely look at a little bit more to really understand this why. Lack of support for European customers. You can definitely mention this. If you're a competitor, let's say, don't expect support. This is against terrible support. That you can definitely, show you have way better support than Drift, or you just have, whatever response stuff you have and everything if you were a competitor. They say this is a great plugin, but they noticed they slowed down the page. So let's say you could say, oh, our plugin doesn't really slow down the page, and you can definitely put that on your homepage and throughout your website. And then this is like a huge complaint. I think it's probably because of support, because they send you tutorials, is what this woman is saying, and so on. So basically, you can get the idea. You can just keep going and going and going. I just found another good one. Is there's a huge learning curve. So you can definitely justify, let's say you have a competitor, you can definitely justify your product has a smaller learning curve and is way easier to use, and people would probably jump from Drift to your tool because of that, if your messaging is clear enough. Okay, then basically you just take whatever you found. Obviously, we just used the reviews. You have more things, you have calls with customers and everything. Couldn't totally find a ton of these insights. But they usually boil down to switching costs, ADA. This means how can you import the data from one tool to the tool you're selling, how can you integrate to the current tools they are using, and how much is this safe setup time and everything, because it's usually a pain in the ass to switch software tools. And then the other two things is like the learning curve or the user experience, and then the support. So 90% of times, whatever objections you'll find, they're just gonna be in these small categories. So if you want to jump in and just try to see if you can answer them, you can do that as well. And basically what you do is you try to prioritize them, and then you just answer these throughout your entire website. If you want to see an example, I can show you this example where like I wrote this page so I know what are the objections. And basically, one, we're justifying why this basically is for e-commerce companies where instead of sending emails to recover cards, they send text messages. So they start by answering why our text message is better, because they criticize why emails are worse. So that's one objection that they answer. Then we just say integrates with Shopify, because that's another question people would have. Then when we say we text them manually, you say how many people have replied, and that they have a real team doing all of this. It's not really automated. It's customized and everything, because these were other two questions that people are having. They answer questions, and then people ask how can you find this information, and basically they look at the FAQs and everything, and they can answer, and their team is comfortable answering for them, and so on. Basically, we're just answering all of their objections, and by the end of the page, they're comfortable choosing to sign up, which was actually the case because this page got some amazing results. And I mean, that's about it. If you want more resources like these, you can go to cortez.design/blog for more free resources on SaaS and landing pages, messaging, positioning, and overall conversion advice. And if if you need some help with messaging and conversions for your SaaS company, and explaining the value on your landing pages, you can go ahead and book a free strategy session right here. On cortez.design/consultation, where I can jump on a quick call with you, see whatever problems you have, and we can go ahead and see if there's a good fit to work together. That's about it. Have a nice day, and looking forward to sharing more videos like this. Cheers.